you see this book, it's a special edition, and it's a special edition which consists of a collection of short stories. And the author name is Terry Pratchett, and he's famous for a series called Discworld series. And this book has a lot of that short stories from Discworld and some other short stories too. But the point is, this book now costs around 1300 rupees in India now, like in Amazon, Flipkart, or any other platform. But I got this for 100 rupees. Yeah, can you believe that? And it's not even like used old version, no, it's a fresh new version, like it's total new version, and it has artworks, it's just stunning. First of all, just it's a total new book. But honestly, I got this for just 100 rupees, and that is from the Art of Thrifting, and let me teach you that today. So first of all, what is thrifting? Thrifting by dictionary means buying an used book or a second-hand book, and you can get it from online platforms. In our state, in our country, there are a lot of platforms that I stumbled upon, but I'm not going to provide you with links or stores name, nothing like that, because there are a lot of stores, there are a lot of websites for selling you the used books or the second-hand books. But I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to teach you how to get a good used or second-hand book. But I'm not going to teach you how to buy a old book. No, I'm going to teach you how to buy the old book. Let me make it clear. You can get millions of books cheaper than their original price. Literally millions of books you can get cheaper than the original price in the old book market anywhere in our town. But from the Art of Thrifting, what you're going to learn is how to get that book, which will be worth your, not only your money, it's worth your time, and it matches your taste, it matches your style, and the book which going to stay with you for a long time. It's like a ocean of fishes, and I'm going to teach you how to get the good fishes for you, not the fishes that I like. How you going to find the fishes that you going to like? That's what I'm going to teach you today. So first, let's start about the good things about thrifting. Why I like thrifted books. I do like thrifted books more. Like take this for example. It's a thrifted book, it's a second-hand book, and I would prefer this anytime than a new book eldest, because a new version of this book, because it just the spine, the cover is good, and the pages are good, readable. One thing, I can't be able to keep this for a very long time, maybe for decades, maybe it will turn to pieces, but just for the purpose of reading, I would prefer this, because it would feel more comfortable than any new book. A good second-hand book would feel a lot comfortable than a normal new book. And the other thing is, whenever I see one of these thrifted books, I don't know why, but it just has some soul. I can feel the soul in it. It has some stories, not the stories inside the novel, not that kind of stories. It lived through some phases of life. It been through someone's life for a long time. Like just imagine, the book you have right now might be in someone's home. Maybe in their bag, they would have traveled around many places with that book, and it comes to you now. It just travels around. Like for example, I have like a Sherlock Holmes book. Which one is it? It's a thrifted book for sure, this one. And this book, it's for my bookstore, which is in Northumberland. Yes, Batter Books, Alnwick Station, Northumberland, and the price is €2.02. This coming from an Euro country. I don't know how I got it from Chennai Book Fair, Chennai International Book Fair. Oh, yeah, I got this from Chennai International Book Fair. This book traveled around the world. It traveled from continent to another continent. I didn't even travel around in India yet, but this traveled from other continent to this continent, and I own this book now. And I once had a book. I don't have it right now. It has someone's name on it. It's some girl's name. When I was studying in 9th standard, and I got it from. It's a thrifted book. Something I think Monica it is, and it said BA English, third year. It was Nanya's first book, and there was some like doodles inside some pages of it. It just felt special. It being like that's what I'm saying. What I'm saying, um, this book it published when I was a kid. This version, this edition, published like when I was a kid. So it was older than my dogs. It was older than any baby that born like last 10 to 15 years. It's seen life. It's been through life, and that kind of special thing you will get from thrifted books. The second thing is let's talk about collection. There's other thing to reading books. There's other thing to books than reading. Let me explain. There are readers. Like me, I just care about the time that I read this book. I will only buy books when I want to read them. Maybe some like a third installment, fourth installment in a series, something like that I would buy, or the next book that I'm going to read. Like maybe 2 or 3 books I will have extra that I need to read, but I never buy like bunches of books right now. From all the books I have, only 4 books I haven't read. That's like that. You get the point, right? And I don't right now. I'm not carrying over collections, like having a box set of series. I'm not like it's not my thing now. But for some readers who actually read and also like to collect books, and there are some people who just collect books. They just like to collect books like ornamentals and just show them off in their bookshelf. And but maybe it's the same thing. That's the same positive and negative thing in this video for thrifted books, which is like you can get a rare pieces of rare books by thrifting. For example, the same book that I said, The Tender is the Night, this one right now, this edition of the book with this cover is not available in any online platform, and I think you gotta smash your ass to find it on any bookstores right now in India, for at least. And it just it's special, right? Like no one can get this cover in India right now. They can't. Only but I have it. I have this cover. I have this edition, and it's just 85 rupees. Yes, it's just 85 rupees. I got it from random website. I just got redirected. Yeah, it's a very random website. I got redirected and I stumbled upon this book and I bought it. Know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. You will find rare pieces of books, a rare, uh, yes, a rare book that you won't find in a new book collection. If there's there are special editions that you can buy. There are premium editions that you can buy, but be honest, like if there's some thousands of copy of book available in the world, then it's not special, that much rare. And the third thing is that's the most essential part of this. They are affordable, they are very cheaper, and they are beginner friendly. Like if you're just getting into reading, you can just buy a simpler book with a cheaper price, and just maybe you're thinking like I want my first book to be my special book, I want my first book to be a classic or something like that, of some book, this book, that book. Let me be honest, any book you're gonna read, be it any book, any genre, be it a bad or good book, if it's your first book, then it's gonna be special. So buy a cheaper book and see if the reading, and just practice your reading. Get into reading. It would be very affordable to get into reading when you're gonna buy thrifted books. And and there are some negative sides. Like I said, the first and that negative is very essential one also, because the thing is, I if I can't able to read a book that I bought, then what's the point? If that's the thing, if the thrifted book has to be comfortable to read, it has to have pages, all the pages, and at least all double book covers, and at least a good spine until I finish the book. There are essential things to be to for a thrifted book to have, and that's very important. And that may be a disadvantage for some thrifted books. They have poor spine or poor, there might be pages missing. And the second thing, it's the same positive thing that I said. Like you can have a consistent of collection for series, at least. Well, see, I have a Sherlock Holmes series where these two books, sharing the same pattern, but this one is totally different, and I have another one that is totally different. But I don't care about it right now. But for some, it might like concern, like they need like a proper, at least for series, they need a consistent book covers. I get that. I totally get that. You might not have that consistency. See this for Aragon, both of these are like used books. I have four books with same kind of consistent covers, but these two will be seem like they from another decade than the other two, the three and four. And yeah, that's a consistent issue that I'm talking about. But other than that, you can buy a decent thrifted book and you can enjoy reading it. For sure you will enjoy it. Now get into the main part of the video, the art of thrifting. First step would be like, you gotta know more authors. Simple as that. You need to know more authors. For that, there is like Bookstagram, Booktube, maybe a book Twitter or book WhatsApp, whatever. Just I'll recommend Booktube. Just go there and like explore your taste, see the videos, and see, like maybe you already have a taste. Not might be in books, but you may watch movies, you may watch TV shows, and you already have a taste for it. Like you like sci-fi, you like fantasy, or you like mystery, horror, romance, anything. Just explore that genre in books. See who's the popular author in that genre. See who's the best author in that genre. I'm only talking about right now authors. Yeah, you usually go, if you're gonna search for author, you're gonna end up with the titles, series names, and all that. But just now just expose the spotlight on authors. Get to know more about authors, a lot of them, and see their styles and explore their series. You don't even need to like remember the book titles they've written. Just you get to know about their style. About, again, this book example is, I was just searching that website, how I ended up buying this book, because I don't know anything about this book. I never heard of Tender is the Night. I only slightly remember there's a book called Tender is the Flesh, but I never heard Tender is the Night as a book. But I know Scott Fitzgerald, and I read two of his books. So I see Scott Fitzgerald's name, and there's a book of him cost around 85, and I just bought it. And I gotta say, this is one of a rare piece, a good cover book that I want. And I love it. I love this aesthetic. I love this book, and I'm very glad that I got this. Simple as that. This one. This has a very good story. Like I said, we were just just exploring that, roaming around that bookstore, and this book, it was on the top shelf with a paper wrap around it. I didn't know anything about the book. I know about the Squall series. I know about the author because he's my favorite author. He's Brandon Sanderson's favorite author. And this one, I just see his name, and it's a thick hardcover book that only I can like get from that paper wrap, that plastic paper wrap. And like I'm not even like. I don't know if the condition of the book from the outside. It just seem like look like they're gonna throw this trash out tomorrow. They just packed it up like trash, with plastic wrap and everything. And when I took out to the counter, like they said it's 100 rupees. At that time, I'm not even willing to pay 100. I asked them to, can I see if the book is in good condition, but they said no. They said no, you just have to buy it. And they told me like it was in good condition, but I risked it, I just got for it. And it's also a second thing, you gotta make some risk. You gotta believe the book you're gonna like or something. Even sometimes you'll see author name, but maybe the book title, maybe the genre wouldn't be your taste, but you just have to go for it. You have to trust that author. So I trusted and I bought it, and when I ended up opening it, it was a fresh new book. I can't believe it. And as soon as I got this, I searched up on the internet, and it was 1280 rupees. It's not like the bookshop owner don't know it what, because for sure they will know, like they have this book, they're doing this as business, but there's no audience for it. People not gonna buy it, and the price is got reduced to 100. They just want to get it off from the set, and that's what I'm telling you about. I'm not saying go and buy Terry Pratchett book. If you watch some videos, if you explore the books and the authors, you will find an author that you will like, and you will end up taking his book or buying his book from maybe a resale edition from some place. And the other thing is, and you gotta spend more time. At the starting of the video, I said, I kind of brought the analogy between thrifting and fishing. It's totally have a lot of similarities. It's like fishing. You gotta wait, you gotta give it some time, you gotta look out for books, the authors you like, the authors you heard of, the authors you think that matches your style, and all that. And also, judging a book by its cover is not a sinner thing like we learned from our childhood. You can, this book, I never heard about author, I never heard about the book, but I know about the Holocaust, I know Askovich and all that. But it's like a popular media, it's not like underrated book. Many people know, there's even a TV shows adapted from it. But at that time, I didn't know anything about it. But I like this cover. Seriously, I totally like this cover, and I read the synopsis. And the third thing I did was I searched. Always I do this. I have a Goodreads in my phone. It's like so for the people who don't know, there's a applications called Goodreads, Storygraph, Fable. These are the apps that I know, but I use Goodreads and Storygraph. I just search in Goodreads and see the rating and see the reviews, what people are thinking. You can do that. Just pick a book that grabs your attention, and just do some research on it. And just Google it or search it on Goodreads and see the reviews or the ratings. Maybe bring some spark into your heart, and maybe you will find a book that you're gonna cherish through your life. Maybe you're gonna find that special book of your life. Maybe you do. That's what thrifting. You don't know what you're gonna get. Totally like fishing. You don't know if you're gonna get a shark, or you don't know if you're gonna find a fucking starfish or something. And that's it, fellas.